Hi, friends. I used to wake up year after year, January 1st, and I'd be so sick of myself, like so fed up with myself. I would look back on the holiday season and be like, what the heck, Laura? Like, why did you do that again? Like, you went through the holidays, you wanted to lose weight, and you wanted to be less than you were before the holiday started, and now you've added another 5, 10, sometimes 15 pounds to what I wanted to lose. And I would be so mad at myself, and I would then turn that self-loathing, and I would just feel so uncomfortable and like bloated and just like not good in my body. And I would say to myself, okay, enough's enough. Like, it's time to get serious. And I would turn that self-loathing and I would be like, all right, what, that's me Googling. I'd be like, what's the latest thing I'm going to try? What's the fastest way to lose weight? I would be like, I'll try anything. So I remember one year I was like, okay, I'm going to clean everything out and I'm going to get really serious about doing a juice cleanse. And so I was like, okay, I'm only going to eat perfectly clean all of the time. I'm only going to eat when I'm really hungry, and I'm going to do P90X. And P90X is the 90-day program for any of you that aren't familiar. And I would be like, I'm going to do P90X. It's 90 days. And I'd be like, I'm going to do it 4 times this year. And so this was me, like on January 2nd. And I would be like so excited and so motivated and had so much oomph and willpower. And like, this is it. This is the time I'm going to make it serious. And it was almost as if I needed that excitement and that motivation to cover up what was truly happening, which was me not believing it was going to happen. I had a lot of doubt. I was like, why is this going to be any different this year? Like, why do you think you're going to follow through? And so in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm not going to follow through. I'm going to start restricting and depriving, and I'm going to get so sick of it that eventually my brain is going to rebel, and I'm just going to say, screw it. I don't care anymore. And then I'd be like, and then it's going to turn into the holiday season again. And then I'm going to be back here the first couple of days of January being frustrated and defeated and feeling like it might never happen for me. And so I would do this year after year after year. And I would sometimes lose the weight, but as I would be losing weight, I, first of all, never lost it in the way I wanted to keep it off. So I would either lose some weight and then I would get so frustrated that I would put it back on because I was like restricting and depriving and needing a lot of willpower and like getting up at 4 in the morning. I used to literally get up at 4 in the morning to do Jillian Michaels workouts. I used to be like, okay. I used to get so sick of it that then I would say like, I can't do this forever. And so then I would either gain weight or I would sort of like maybe maintain a little bit, but I would feel like obsessive, like trying to keep it off. And so then I would find myself sometimes thinking like, well, like maybe this isn't going to happen for me. Maybe this is either A, just how I have to keep the weight off forever is to be like a little bit of a crazy person. Or I was like, maybe I just like put weight on and I just give up. But if you don't know me yet, I am very determined and also very rebellious. And so when I would hear my own self say to myself, my own brain would be like, well, maybe you should give up. This is never going to happen for you. I'd be like, no, I'm going to figure this out. There has to be a way. There has to be a way. And so I spent a good 15 plus years trying to figure this out. And this last year, now, I haven't done this kind of like getting all jazzed up about a diet and wanting to lose weight because I've been at my naturally thin weight for many years now. But this last year, I woke up on January 1st and I was at my naturally thin weight. And it was about 3.5 months after I'd had our third baby, Jack. And I just remember having this moment of thinking, like, wow. What a stark contrast to what I used to do and how I used to struggle. And I'm like, and I just had a baby and I like didn't really spend a lot of energy and effort trying to lose weight because being naturally thin is a way of living. It's a way of life. It's a way of being. And for those of us that are doers, I'm like a type A, ambitious, go-getter doer. For those of us that are doers, we often find ourselves in the trap of thinking we have to do more. We have to be more meticulous. We have to be more kind of like neurotic. We have to do more exercise. We have to do more meal planning. We have to do more meal prepping. There has to be something we need to do, right? And that's why so many of us with that personality kind of find ourselves in this trap. It's why so many of us are drawn to counting calories, doing intense exercise programs, being a little bit more neurotic because our brains are like, well, in order to get the result we want, we need to do more. But being naturally thin is actually about doing less. It's about thinking about food less. It's about worrying about food never. It's about being calmer, feeling more in control. And so for those of us that have this doer type A personality, you need to know the tools to be able to create that calm, create that relaxation, to be able to change the way that your brain thinks deliberately, to be able to change the way that your brain thinks about food and your hunger levels and your satisfied levels, so that you don't need a bunch of willpower and that like you rah rah. That's how I used to start. It's like, I'm so motivated, I'm so excited, right? But you don't need any of that when naturally thin is just how you're meant to live, because your body, and I know you know this, or part of you knows this already, but I'm going to say it anyways. Your body wants you to feel optimal. Your body wants to feel alive and vibrant and energized. It's why every time we overeat, even a little bit, there's discomfort in our body. That's our body saying, that's my knocking sound. That's our body saying, hey, this doesn't feel good. But for a lot of us that are up here all the time, we're like overthinkers, overanalyzers. Our brains like work at super speed. Losing weight and being naturally thin isn't something that often comes intuitively. And so you need a roadmap, you need a bridge. And so I've created a 5-step naturally thin process to help you get there. And so my invitation to you is to not do some crazy new diet out there. I actually had to Google what was out there because I was like, what are people doing now? Because I don't do diets. And so I found some things that were out there. I was like, saw Bright Line Eating and like Whole30 and some different like take on keto. And there's so many different things you can do, but stop it. Let's not do any of that. I want to teach you instead how to lose 10 pounds in 30 days the naturally thin way. So when you join Naturally Thin for Life by midnight on January 3rd, you get to come with us for the 10 and 30 challenge. And what we're going to do with the 10 and 30 challenge is I'm going to show you how to lose 10 pounds in 30 days the naturally thin way. So rather than that motivation and that excitement and that energy that you often start a diet with, rather than that fading as you go because you see that it's not actually the way you get to live your life and that it's not sustainable and you are probably going to give up at some point because it's too hard and it's completely unreasonable. Rather than that, I'm going to show you how to lose 10 pounds in 30 days, and you're going to watch the momentum build. You're going to watch the scale drop. You're going to see how you feel calmer. You're going to see how you feel more in control. You're going to learn the habits that you didn't even know that you needed in order to be naturally thin. And I'm going to teach you how to be the pilot of your own brain. I'm going to teach you how to truly rewire your own brain. It's not as hard as you think. All you need are the right tools. I'm going to teach you how to be that pilot so that you get to land your plane, your brain, in the destination of a naturally thin body and with the freedom to boot. So I'm going to teach you not only how to lose 10 pounds in 30 days, but I'm going to teach you how to lose that weight in the same way you keep it off, so that you get to simply rinse and repeat until you reach your goal weight. And so that as that momentum builds, you're feeling more in control. You're feeling better physically. You're feeling better emotionally. You start feeling less and less of that. I used to be like very calm and collected and cool on the outside, but like freaking out a little bit on the inside, like a stress bunny or like a very anxious person on the inside. And that for me, that used to lead to a lot of like restless, like nighttime eating. I'm going to teach you how to end all of that. I'm going to teach you how to feel in control, how to never fear a craving, how to indulge, how to truly just live your life, because being naturally thin is a way to live your life. It's not a way to live in a magical fairyland where everything is perfect all of the time. You're going to have stressful situations. You're going to have someone at work that says something that ticks you off. You're going to have kids that maybe drive you a little bit crazy in the evening when you're trying to put them to bed. You're going to have situations in your life that create stress, that create anxiety, but you're not going to have that be your normal way of being, and you're not going to need food to escape from it when you know how to be the pilot of your own brain. You have the best, brightest tool that you need. It's your own mind. You just don't have the tools yet to be able to direct it in the way you want to direct it. So what I'm going to teach you with the 10 and 30 challenge is not something you're going to get on any diet anywhere. You're not going to learn this from Noom or Beachbody or Weight Watchers. You're not going to learn how to truly take charge of your own brain so that you get to land that plane in the destination of a naturally thin body and a naturally thin brain. So when you join Naturally Thin for Life by midnight on January 3rd, you get to come with us for the 10 and 30 challenge. And so here's how it works. When you join Naturally Thin for Life, you get immediate on-demand lifetime access to the 5-step 5-step process. So I have a naturally thin method that is different than anything you'll learn anywhere else. It's what I've developed from 15 plus years studying naturally thin women, studying myself dieting and other women that are dieting, and seeing like what's the missing link between those of us that diet and women that are naturally thin. Because most women that are naturally thin, they've never struggled. So they don't understand the struggle. They don't know how to teach someone how to stop struggling in order to have the mindset and the strategies and the habits and the ease and the effortlessness that they have had their whole life. But I've created a 5-step naturally thin method to take you from dieting and overthinking and overanalyzing and counting calories to being in a body that is your dream body. For me, I always thought 160 pounds is my dream body. I'm 5'11". I was like, my deal with God was always, if I could just get to 160 pounds, that would be like amazing, as long as I never had to worry about, excuse me, my weight again. But now I'm 5'11" and I'm 136 pounds after 3 kids, because my naturally thin weight is lighter than I even knew possible. And I never restrict, I never deprive, I don't count a thing ever. And so when you join Naturally Thin for Life, I'm going to teach you a very specific 5-step process where you are going to learn how to be the pilot of your own brain. You're going to learn the habits that naturally thin women have that you don't even know that they have, because they don't even know that they have them. They don't even know how to teach them. I'm going to teach you how to listen to your own body, because you just need some tools to be able to actually listen to it. Every diet out there, every new fad out there is built on the premise that someone else knows when, what, and how much you should eat to reach your ideal weight. That is insanity to me, because when, what, and how much to eat, only you and your body know. But you just don't know how to listen to it. You don't know how to fall in love with feeling alive and vibrant and energized yet. But that's what I'm going to teach you with the 10 and 30 challenge. I'm going to teach you how to lose weight the naturally thin way. So when you join Naturally Thin for Life by midnight on January 3rd, you get to come with us for the 10 and 30 challenge. And as a part of that, you get on-demand lifetime access to the full Naturally Thin for Life program, which includes the 5-step process that I break down for you in very simple, doable steps, where I never tell you what to eat so that you don't ever feel restricted and deprived, but you do see the scale drop. You see how to evaluate your progress objectively. And I give you a guidebook. So everyone that joins the program, you get a guidebook shipped directly to your doorstep, and you're going to use that guidebook to consistently apply what you learn. I can't tell you, time and time again, I hear from women like, I know what I should be doing, but I'm just not doing it. Now, these are women that haven't joined the program. And I want to say to anyone that thinks that, first of all, you don't actually know what you need to be doing, because no one knows really how to take someone that's been dieting to being naturally thin. And the application of it, the consistent implementation of it, comes when you get this guidebook, because you're going to use this guidebook as you implement the 5-step process, which is designed for you. Those 5 steps are designed for you to learn and master in these 30 days, so that you get to lose 10 pounds in 30 days. You're going to see the scale drop. You're going to see how much easier it is than you thought. And you're going to see the momentum start to build. You're going to feel more alive and vibrant and energized in your body. You're going to feel physically better. You're going to feel mentally better. And you're going to see that you don't need to overanalyze your food choices. You're going to see that you don't need to fear hunger. You're going to feel less stressed, less anxious. You're going to feel calmer, more in control. And you're going to see that this is just simply how you live the rest of your life. And when you join Naturally Thin for Life, you also get a money back guarantee, because I know so many of you are maybe thinking or have potentially thought, like, I've tried so many things before. Like, you're maybe a little afraid, like, what if it doesn't work for me? And so, first of all, I want to say, I get it, because I tried a gazillion things. But if you're here watching this video, there's a part of you that thinks like, but this might be possible for me. And I want to add a little bit of fuel to that flame for you and tell you that not only is it possible for you, but it's inevitable for you. Just what you've been missing are the right tools. What you've been missing is the skill of being able to truly manage your mind, to be able to truly direct your brain, to be able to truly rewire your brain in a way to truly serve you, so that you get to have this freedom of being naturally thin. Because being naturally thin, friends, it's how you're designed to eat and to live for the rest of your life. And I don't want you to go another year. I don't want you to go another minute struggling with this. I want you to join right now and to see that you can have this freedom, that it's so much closer than you may think. And I was recently reflecting back on interview that I did with a woman named Jana. And Jana is a nurse practitioner, and she helps people with diabetes. And so she knows all of the nutritional information. She, in her career, does a lot of science. She's a researcher. She's a go getter. She's a doer. And she was telling me, she said, I found myself talking to my husband, being like, I should know how to do this, but apparently I'm missing something. And she was like, I feel like I should have figured this out by now, but apparently there's something that I don't know yet. And she had said after going through Naturally Thin for Life, she realized that this isn't taught in medicine. Being naturally thin is not about exercising more and counting calories. It's not about work out more and eat less. That's not what it's about. And so I want to teach you in just 30 days, the 5-step process, so that you get to lose these 10 pounds in 30 days, so that you get to go on to February and March and April and then swimsuit season and summer season. And that's anyways the season for me because we live in Wisconsin, so it's cold in the first couple of months of the year. But I want you to be able to then spend the rest of your life with the freedom of being naturally thin. So join us in Naturally Thin for Life by midnight on January 3rd to come with us for the 10 in 30 challenge. And the last thing I want to offer to you is that I am not like a New Year's resolution, like pick your word for the year, or what's your phrase for the year, or what's the year of 2023, or whatever the year is about for you, except for this year, kind of. And so for me, I've been thinking more and more. It's almost like I've had this whisper and this like strong voice in my mind that's like, this is the year that is the most exciting year of your life. Like, this is the most exciting year of your life. And so I want to offer that to you too. Like, what if this is the most exciting year of your life? What if you look back and you're like, whoa, this was the year that I lost the weight and I lost it for good. And I did it in the first 30 days of the year. And then I simply rinsed and repeated and lost the weight and I got to move on to other goals, because what I believe more than anything is that our lives are precious and that every moment is precious. Every day is precious. And so do not wait another day to put the struggle behind you. Don't pick up some diet that we all know it's not going to create lifelong success for you. And so when you join us in the Naturally Thin for Life program, come with us so that you get to lose 10 pounds in 30 days the naturally thin way, so that you get to lose the weight in the same way you keep it off. And don't forget, when you join us, you either lose the weight or I give you your money back. So what do you say? Click the button below. I will see you inside for the 10 pound in 30 day challenge, the naturally thin way.